can turn the world on with a smile. You can take a nothing day and suddenly make it all seem worthwhile. Well, it's your girl and you should know it. With each glance and every little movement you show it. Love is all around, don't need to fake it. You can never down, why don't you take it? You're gonna make it after all.
Hi everyone, welcome to this show. Today is Thursday, April 4th, and Marc has 460 days left to go in his prison sentence. Unless he gets his transfer application, then he could be home right before Christmas. And another interesting date, somebody commented about this, and it's a good idea to note that Marc's 420 days remaining date will be on May 15th, the day after the provincial election that I'm running in. So we'll have some sort of little celebration, about 420 days left. But Marc's transfer application actually goes tomorrow to the U.S. Department of Justice. So it's all been filled out, all the U.S. paperwork. It's going to be given to Miss Hardy, his counselor. She's going to send it off to the Department of Justice and the Bureau of Prisons, and they're all going to look at it and hopefully approve his application this time around. Now, I'm going to have on the front page of freemarc.ca the address that you can send a letter to saying that you think Marc should be sent home and why you think he should be sent back to Canada to finish his sentence. Now, under Canadian rules, if he does end up here being transferred and approved by the U.S. and Canadian governments, he could be here around September, October, but it would still take some time probably to get him out on parole. We're still figuring out those details, but it's better than July next year, which is the latest point that we have to look to. So we're just happy about him coming home sometime soon, and there are a lot of people out there who are only beginning their prison sentences or who are just facing court and who are only partway through 25-year pot prison sentences. So we have a lot to be grateful for, and we definitely are. Now, speaking of prisons and sentences, Marc wrote a letter to the editor of the Province newspaper. The Province newspaper ran an editorial saying that the victims of crime views shouldn't be all that gets considered, because a lot of times now our government brings out victims of crime, of the worst crimes, and try to use their tragedies as a reason to make tougher laws. We know that that's not working. We know that you shouldn't take people who want vengeance and give them the lawmaking abilities, because they just they're hurt, they're upset. So Marc wrote a great letter, and you can see it here on the screen, and it's also available to look at cannabisculture.com, and it's Call for Law Reforms. And Marc points out that everyone in his prison who's there for drugs wouldn't be there if drugs were legal. And that's absolutely true. So it's great that out of 14 letters Marc has sent to newspapers since being imprisoned in the U.S., all 14 have been published. So that's a pretty good stretch of being published for submissions, and it's great that he's able to get his message out there while he's behind bars. Now, I was telling you all in my show last week about an upcoming campaign event, my first campaign event in my riding. This is the little flyer that we had made, and this is a two-sided handout that we were giving out, and it's for my election campaign with the BC Green Party. I'm running in the provincial election, which we all vote on May 14th, and I'm running with the Green Party again because they believe in ending prohibition, but they also believe in a lot of other great ideas that have been core principles for many years of the 30-year history it's been around. And my slogan is justice, peace, and honest government, because I think we need a lot more of those. So go to jodieemery.ca or jodieformla.ca, and you can get to my election website and check out what I've got on there. And I'll be putting up photos from the Melrich's Coffee House event I had. It was pretty awesome to go out there on a sunny day and meet people in the riding. A lot of interest in the issues and a lot of ideas shared with me from people in the riding. And you out there, anywhere in the world, can donate to my election campaign. If you'd like to make more flyers like this, and you'd like to contribute to getting buttons and other campaign materials made for my message, you can contribute from anywhere in the world and go to jodieemery.ca, and the donate page will tell you more. So thank you to those of you who are donating to my campaign to help make that happen and help get a strong end prohibition voice into this provincial election. Now coming up, exciting times for our culture. April 20th, 420, the day of cannabis celebration is happening on a Saturday this year. So as you can imagine, it's going to be a giant party worldwide, and you should check out about the origins of April 20th as a day of protest. Marc's employees started April 20th as a pot celebration day here in Vancouver, right across the street, and Marc has written a fantastic blog about it. You can go to cannabisculture.com and freemark.ca, and Marc has a blog about the origins of April 20th as a day of cannabis celebration. And of course, we know 420, the number, has been around for quite a while, but April 20th as a day of smokeouts and celebrations pretty much started here, and you can read his blog to check that out. So that's the latest blog from Marc is at cannabisculture.com and freemark.ca. Now you can check out about Vancouver's 420 event by going to 420vancouver.com, and if you're anywhere in Canada and you want to hold a rally or you want to find a rally near you, go to 420rally.ca, and that's been generously organized and sponsored by Bob Erb, the millionaire lottery winner, marijuana activist, former BC Marijuana Party candidate. He has been organizing and supporting activists across Canada with the Herb for Herb, because his name is ERB Herb, if you can believe it. He is sponsoring all this, and you can find out more at 420rally.ca. So that's exciting, coming up soon. And I've got some other exciting news as well. Last minute phone call. I was just speaking with the Trailer Park Boys, producers and people involved in their team, and I had heard about this a while ago, but I've been offered to play a role as Jodie Emery in this Trailer Park Boys 3 feature film. I'm a little nervous because I'm being asked to act, and I've never acted in my life really, so that's going to be a new adventure, but they're flying me out there next Tuesday, and all day Wednesday I'll be in Halifax filming at a set in a parliamentary committee room. That's all I can tell you about it, but it's going to be set like that, and I'm excited, but I'm definitely nervous. And then I'll be flown home on Thursday, so it's a shame I won't have any time to meet with people out there, but don't you worry, Marc and I will be back out east and all across Canada once he gets home, but I won't be doing a show next week because of this, so I'll be flying home from one side of the country to the other on Thursday, and then the following Friday I go down to visit Marc. So next week there will not be a Jodie Emery show, but you can still enter for the next 2 weeks for the t-shirt draw. We have the free Marc, as always, free Marc Emery prize pack with the t-shirt and the stickers and the pin. So you get the 4 free Marc stickers, you get the free Marc Emery pin, and you also get the free Marc Emery t-shirt. And we have these in women's and men's sizes and shapes. So we'll get you what you need. Send an email to Jodie at cannabisculture.com. And it's also helpful if you include your shirt size in that email. And I'll enter you in the draw 2 weeks from now, where I'll put you in the big bubble bag and pick the winners. So this week's winner is going to be David D. I'm going to send you a message and let you know that you are the winner of the prize pack. And again, you can enter over the next 2 weeks. I'll even accept double entries just because there's 2 weeks in there. So you can enter once in each week for the draw, and I'll do that when I get back. So thanks a lot for tuning in. Sorry I'll be missing next week, but you can stay updated with everything that's going on at cannabisculture.com, pot.tv, freemark.ca, jodieformla.ca, and I could go on, but links are below. You know the routine, and we really appreciate your guys' support making cannabisculture.com the #1 weed website in the world right now, thanks to our viewers. So you guys are awesome. Check it out. Share the stories and send us an article or two if you've got something you want the world to see on cannabisculture.com. Thanks for watching, guys. Do what you can to get Marc home. Send a letter, even if it's short, just saying, please send Canadian Marc Emery home to his wife and to his home where he should be just in time for Christmas. And I appreciate that a lot. Okay, thanks a lot, guys. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Free Marc Emery and no more drug war.